CK Dangerous Arm Underground Craps. Welcome back, gang. Welcome back. It's a little bit different format this time. We're running the condenser mic. I'm doing a voiceover. Okay, here we go. Right with it. Using a 5-4-4-5. First throw. We got a rollout. And you got to win those rollouts. We did not win that rollout. That was a 6-1. 6-1. I'm actually watching the video right now, so I'm speaking over it. So I'm trying to make sure I'm commentating right and according.
7 winner. Take the don'ts and pay the line. Working bets, cat action.
According with the video. So there's stuff I want to get into, but I've been working on my equipment, gang. There's a lot of things I've been working on, but I really got to do a good job at keeping up with this video here, this commentating thing. Okay, we got the setup. Setup looks comfortable. Throw looks great. Stamps it. You see that stamp to 6, and we got a 10, 6, 4, 10. Of course, you notice the chips in the way. I'm going to be doing videos about that as well. I don't suggest that beginners, novices always shoot with the chips. I always shoot with the chips now. I don't even take them out. You know, this isn't just for video. It's what I do. Just to stay sharp, you know. Just in case if
10 easy, 10 a 6-4. You're knocking on the door.
You just never know when someone's going to pull up to the table when you're on a roll. You know, you're not paying attention
Dice are out, hands
to all that
high.
business around you and everything like that. You know, you're getting in there. People pull up, and here they go with their bets. And so here we go. We got 4 people down here in the way, and we're shooting. That looked nice. That was a nice throw right there. So I'm just going to commentate. 6, hold. 6, hold. I want to just commentate over this particular video, because this video was actually a test video. We're trying to make sure we got everything dialed in. You can see in the top left corner we have a decision camera for you.
Hard 6, 2 3s, and a small forest. It's a hard 6 to Nick's down behind the 6. No,
I'm not quite sure if we're going to continue with that or not. I don't know. We're just giving it a try, see how it looks. I mean, it seems to me
dice are out, hands high.
both these other angles look to be pretty good to me, gang. You guys let me know. Okay, here we go with the setup. We'll see if we notice anything shifting. Still looks the same. That look good. Hit the chips. 6, 3, 9. Okay, we caught some chips there, gang. I mean, for the most part, I'm going to avoid them, but you can't, you know. I mean, you know how my shooting is. I am a legit sharpshooter.
9 center field.
But you're just not.
Neener.
You're not going to be able to avoid, you know, all that action. Here we go with another setup. It's that much traffic in the way. Everything looked good. That looked like a great throw. 6, 4, 10. Point. And so I'm using this condenser microphone, so it's different than when because I run everything through the recording through my computer instead of doing multiple cameras and then loading up 3 different cameras into an editor. Then I have to sync them up. This is a little bit easier, so
dice are out,
that's why we're doing this way.
10 easy, 10. It's a big one on the end. Take the notes, pay the line, hit the field just one time.
And the chips can really get annoying, but you know, for the beginners, you want to definitely, and everyone should practice with chips at some point. You should definitely have that in your practicing or training program with the chips in the way. Maybe not so many chips like I have. I have 4 different chips just to be absolutely ridiculous with it, but you know, I'm just really, really crazy with it. But I wouldn't suggest to use chips all the time like I do. Like every video now, you'll always see the chips. You know, I might go down to just 3 shooters in the back. This
Dice
one
are
we
out.
have
Coming
4
out.
shooters in the back. Just a lot of traffic at the table. Just to make it as difficult as I possibly can on myself. And then need to shoot well on top. The setup looks good. Well, it looked like a smasher. 6, 3, 9. Another 6, 3, 9. On that. Okay, for some reason I thought we had 3, but no. Alright. But the chips do get annoying in the way that, in the sense that rather, you have to go down there and fix them. I see I haven't made the effort to go down and fix them yet.
9, center field 9. It's a neener. It's a neener for a wiener.
Neener
Don't
for a
forget to
wiener.
pay the field.
A neener for a wiener. This crapsy stuff is silly, isn't it, gang? We used to have this back in the day, me and Bone Thrower, only there's only a couple of us doing videos. Okay, here we are back with the setup. 5445, points 9. Everything looked good on that. They looked like the dice bent to the left on that one. You know, they another 10, looks like a third 10 on that, 6, 4, 10. They released, the release was good, all that was good, the set was good, but, you know, as they're approaching the target, the front die spilled to the left, and I particularly would rather see that right die go to the right. That's the way this throw is designed. Okay, I didn't hear Crapsy go off. Did we not put it in Crapsy? That 10? That was a nice smasher throw right there. Did you see that stick? That was a smasher. 6 deuce. A lot of 6s showing up. A lot of hops right here. Potential hops. Could have certainly been hopping. I didn't hear that I put that 10 in the Crapsy here. Let's see if I put the 8 in here. I should. Looks like that's what I'm doing. Huh. I don't understand why I'm not hearing it. Well, anyway, the set looks good. Looked like we had a leak. We had a rollout on that, and this is something I want to do a video about, these rollouts. We won that rollout. Looks like a 5-1-6. 5-1-6 on that one. Now, you want to win those rollouts. Since we've had a lot of comments on, you know, some of these particular rollouts, because the way I throw, you know, I do land in an area where I'm trying to throw a perfect throw. Landing at the base of the wall and the table at the same time. You know, as if you're perfectly fitting dice right in there. Now, that looked good right there. That looked good. Approaching the landing looked good. Notice how these dice now were smashing, and they're kind of going left and right up against the wall. It's going to be hard to fit all this in during this video, but I'm going to try to do my best. That was a 8 hold. 8 hold. Again, this is a new format for me, gang. I wasn't sure how the condenser microphone was going to work when all my other videos, I'm used to wearing a microphone now, so we just did it this way. Setup looks good. Oh, that looked good right there. That was a nice hit. That was really nice. 4-1-5. 4-1-5. And I think this way would give, you know, beginners an opportunity and others an opportunity to actually, you know, could get an insight, you know, kind of into my head. Because, you know, I'm going to call my throws how they are. If they're shitty, they're shitty. If they're great, they're great. You know, then you can actually see what I'm looking at. So you can do the same with yourself. Oh, that was a terrible throw. Do you see him slip on my hand? I remember that one. I think I might even gave a thumb down on that one. Yeah, that was fucking, yep, see. Fucking slippage out of the hand, man. So fucking annoying. I'm not sure if these were the brand new dice or not, but I was using on this one, gang. I'm not sure. I have a practice pair that I have. It's a whole nother thing I do with my practice dice, and then my actual when I'm serious shooting dice, because my serious shooting dice, the razor is there, and I can really dig my fingers into that razor, a little bit. Okay, that looked a little bit different, a little slow. That throw looked great. Jeez, six hold, six hold, and go ahead and give a big thumbs up. Let me know if you like this format a little bit better. This way I can actually, I guess, kind of get into the throws, and as I'm throwing, when I'm throwing and I'm actually talking, it's different than throwing and I'm later on reviewing the tape. So I'm essentially bringing you into my mind as I'm reviewing the tape, talking out loud of what's going through my mind. Okay, the setup looks good. It's a little bit slowed down. Oh, it looked great. That rollout, I didn't appreciate. You got to win these rollouts, though. And that was a great win on the rollout. The rollouts, of the point earlier, this kind of goes quick here. I'm trying to keep up with the video. 3, 1, vote. The rollouts, you got to win these rollouts. And since we've had a lot of comments about the rollouts because of the particular throw that I throw, that you're not going to be able to be perfect. It's going to roll out of there. It's going to bounce out of there because you're throwing 10 foot plus out. Hold on here, get back to that point. Something's going on with Crapsy. It's now not playing, obviously. That looked great right there. Tight, coming out of the hand, right into the target range. Let's see what it was. Nope. It was a bad throw. It was a good throw. Bad result. Jeez, man. That was a good throw with a bad result. And that happens. That happens. I didn't even know I was 7 out there, so you just got my true reaction on that. That looked good there. I'd like to go back and have a look at that one, actually. I'd like to go back and have a look at that because it looked like they were flying tight. It did look like it was a low scud. It did look like it was a scud on that one, where it was a little bit flatlined. Oh, I didn't even let you know, gang. We're going for 2 on this one. That was the first one. That was first rounder with 15 rolls on it. I don't know what happened to Crapsy. Crapsy was coming through, and then all of a sudden it wasn't. But I know for sure I was putting the numbers into Crapsy. So there's the numbers there. 15 rolls. 7-out ratio 12. Whatever with that. Yeah, my average is 13 to 17. When I do that, it's very simple. It's when do I 7 out? Over the course of years of throwing, just hundreds and hundreds, if not a million, rolls at this point, and that's where I base that 13 to 17 average on. Pretty much it's simple with me. I throw the average every time I throw. It's either on the low end of the average or the high end of the average. But if it's in the average, it stays in the average. I don't break out of the average. It's either low, like 13, 12, 13 to 17. But now when I'm throwing at the higher end of the average, though, now, that's really nice. But it's weird because now I'll actually stay within the average. And we're just in an intercession right now, gang, in between here. We're not cutting the tape or anything. You can see the film, the tape, the number running at the bottom, which is annoying. It's something I got to get out of there yet. I haven't worked it out yet. So we're going for round 2. The first one, we went 15 on it, gang. Went 15. Wasn't excited about this roll, though, to be honest. I know we threw the 3 10s, but, would have done good. We did good, 15, but it just... had some decent throws, but I just wasn't excited about it, But back to the rollout thing. The rollout thing is something that needs to be really examined. Here we go with round 2. We're leaving that 6-1 set up at the top. 4-3. 4-3 come out roll. So with the last point on that, the bounce outs, though, for now, the rollouts, you have to win the rollouts. And I've recognized that, excuse me, since we have had so many comments of rollouts, because they are going to roll out, I'm not cutting anything. Once you see what's really going on, it is what it is. But the bottom line is I win those rollouts 8, 9 out of 10 times. And probably 80% legit. Because I've really been studying them and watching them when they roll, even clear down to the end of the other end of the table. The crazy, stupid shit. You're like, oh man, horrible throw. There's still 8 out of 10. So I'm going to have to take that. It's just something that has to be there. I mean, you're not going to be able to set up. Oh, that looked great. That looked great, and it was great. It was great because the 5-4 is the way I'm setting it up. So when it lands and it smashes onto that, that's really great. I mean, the throw was great and the result was great. Okay, so we got a point of 9. So yeah, those rollouts though, I'm looking to win those 8 out of 10 times, and it's something that you might want to look at. Like, when you've got dice scatter, you typically don't want that scatter because normally when you get a scatter, if you think about it, isn't it normally like a 7 out probably for you? 'Cause that's what it used to be for me. Like it would just seem like every time I don't throw the dice soft, I get the scatter. Next thing you know, once I have a scatter, because mostly, your dice aren't scattered, you're being really gentle and all that. Hang on, here we got set up. Looks good. Oh, that looked great. I like the flight on that thing. 4 deuce. Yeah, that's a good hit. That's a good hit. A little bit of bounce out on that. A little bounce out on that. I wish I could like go through and go back and look at the tape right now, but I have to stay on point here, which is pretty good. Keeps me from going into too much of a jag on one thing or whatever. Okay, so we got another setup. Of course, he's going quick with the setup here. Oh, that looked great. High chop on the left eye. Totally crushed the one and knew to stop. 6 deuce 8 looks good. But I remember, when there was a point where I would take care of my dice to where I was like most people, and they are scared of the scatter around. Well, yeah, because they lose those 9 out of 10 times, where I actually am winning those 8 out of 10 times. Just think about it. When your dice scatter, you home, you're not trying to have your dice move around too much. Here we go here. Set up, looks good. That looked good. That looked good. It looked like they dropped off at the end like they were supposed to. Excuse me. 2-1. A 2-1 result is as a result of a typical throw for me. It will. It's, when I throw good throws, I'll throw a 2-1. It's just something that happens. It's because it's trying to go 4 hard. I throw a lot of 4 hards here lately as well. Okay, back to that point real quick. So most people, when your dice are scattering, they scatter. Once they do actually scatter around, and which is rare for you because you take such good care to not have to scatter. Oh, that was a great throw. That was a smasher throw right there. Jeez. 6 deuce 8. Because you see people throwing, they're trying to keep that scatter down. It's like they're scared of the scatter. I remember that. It's like, it's okay. But the reason they're scared, and, I think it's justifiable to use that word, is because most of they have a high losing ratio on the scatter. When the dice scatter and do shitty, a lot of the times it goes 7 out. And I understand that. It used to be like that with me a lot. But just because of the way I throw and the tremendous amount of spin where I'm landing, I'm trapping the dice, I believe that is another thing that's moved into my favor. Okay, that looked great right there. That setup looked good. That right die came off. They split at the end like they were supposed to. They laid down. We got a 6-4-10. It's a nice roll. It's a nice roll. So that's just an important point on that scatter thing. I know a lot of people make a big deal out of that. So, just think about that. I'm taking down 8 out of 10, and that's fine. That's just a little detail that you have to understand about dice reactions. That's why I always say dice reactions, dice reactions. I've seen more dice reactions. It's amazing how many I've seen. Let's just put it that way. Setup looks great. I don't like that that throw. That throw looks shitty to me. Looked like the front dice might have, they split too early. The front die leaked to the left. Didn't like that. I like the result. The 415 is a good result, but I don't, I didn't get that result on that throw because it was a good throw. I don't feel like I thought that was a shitty looking throw, in my opinion. So it looks good. That first finger did something a little bit different there. That was different. That looked great, and it was great. That was a great throw right there, gang. Faux hold. Faux hold. You remember the throw a couple throws ago where I threw the 3, the 2-1, and I was talking about how that throw right there is typically the throw where it's trying to go 4 hard, because I do throw 4 hards pretty decent amount. That's what's happening when I'm throwing that 2-3. It's really trying to go 4 hard, but I'm just a fraction off on that. Let's look at the setup. No first finger thing on that one. That was different, regular setup. That looked great. The way that front die, that it's just landed really nice. It broke off nice. I figured out how that throw when I threw it, they're tight. Then as they're approaching the target, they split. The right die broke off to the right, just like we want on that gang, which is going to allow for less scatter and less violence. You're still going to have big violence in this Warhawk throw, but that's going to tame the violence down right there. And speaking of the Warhawk throw, I have figured out rather the way to make the dice split. Felt like a missile to make them split approaching the target. I won't be mentioning that here today, but I did figure it out. So that's what I'm working on in these training sessions. Setup looks good. Great. And a great result. 6 hold. 6 hold. That was fantastic right there. That was fantastic. They flew tight. Then that right die. See, I need to see these in slow motion, but I can't slow up the video right now because then the voiceover will be off. But that was a great throw right there. 6 hard. Hope everyone's enjoying the content. Don't forget to like, subscribe, get the thumb up, smash it. Set looks good. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Let's see what the result is. 3-1-4. That was trying to go another 6 hard back on that one, gang. Kind of like the 2-1. That was trying to go. See that? You can see that front die to the left. That was the 1 on top. It had a 3 up front. Look at that. 1-3-3-6. See how it's set up right there? That's how tight those babies are going. So that's what we'll be able to get a chance to like examine this angle. We'll be able to get the voiceover. We'll see. We'll explore this option a little bit. It's different. I just have to keep up. Setup looks good. Oh, that throw looks fantastic. Now we've got a run out. These are the ones you got to win. You got to win these run outs. A run out. Let's see what we got here. Faux hold. Faux hold. So that was actually a good throw. That wasn't luck. That was a good, those dice were spinning to stay in there on a 4 hard like that. I assure you. Those rollouts we were just talking about. Literally was going to do a video about this particular topic about rollouts, and that's why I always talk about dice reactions. My understanding of dice reactions is, it isn't bragging, it just is a fact, man. I've seen a lot of dice reactions. I understand how these things go. Setup looks good, throw looks fantastic. Faux hold. Faux hold. Back to back. Sharpshooter. Back to back. Yes, that's what I was saying. I throw a lot of 4 hards, gang. I mean, especially here lately with what I'm doing to make the dice split now. I mean, this throw is a superior throw. If you can learn how to throw like this, I would definitely suggest it. If not, definitely suggest trapping with the dice. We'll get into that later. Okay, that first finger did something a little bit different. Setup looks good other than that. Oh, it looks great. Yo. Looked like a good throw. They shut down in there. Good throw. They shut down. I think that one was trying to go 5-4-9 on that one. The way how I'm setting them up. Right there. Yeah. Because that other side of that 6 to the right there is going to be a 4. Like we were 1 click off just stamping them on that one. But we went 2 rounds on this one, gang. 2 rounds. First round, 15 in the average. Setup looks great. A little bit slower. Nice. We got some chips on that. The one planted at the wall. Oh, it is nice. 8-ho. 8-ho. That's very nice. That's very nice. That's exactly why, you know, you throw that 5-4-4-5. That's a result of great throwing when I'm really dialed in with this throw. Because the dice are only going to click one time. I don't throw the hard way. I throw hard ways. See what I mean? I don't use the hard way set because it's just not. I've heard other high level shooters, come to that realization too that, they had to end up getting away from the hard way set, you know. Okay, the setup. The finger's doing something a little bit funny on that one. Something's a little bit funky on the fingers. The throw was much higher. The release was not comfortable. 3-1-4. That did not look comfortable. That arm swing was not right. The hand setup was different. So something was going on that throw. See, this is the kind of stuff that you really, this can really help you at home, what I'm giving you right now. Because it's different than me actually throwing and I'm in the throw. This is away from the throw. Now I'm really critiquing the throw. This is what you want to hear right here, gang. Believe me. This is gold. Setup looks good. The release looked way better. Way better. We got a run out on one of them. We got a fist pump. Looks like we won that run out. Right there. The one die is clear over there on the 6. There we go right there. We got the 5-4 stamp. The 5-4 stamp. That's a point. 5-4-9. Point. So it looks like we're heating up. I don't even know what we got out there, how many we're on right now, but it looks like we're heating up though. A lot of really good results on some of these throws here. Very good. We've almost taken down all the hard ways, looks like. Okay, let's look at the setup. Uh-oh. Something looked different on that setup. We're going to watch that. That throw looked good. And we had the run out. Look at that large run out. Mid-table run out. Let's look at if we win it or not. Still right. I was trying to go 4 hard on that, gang. Look at that. 2-1. Remember I was speaking about that earlier. That was actually trying to go 4 hard on that one. I knew something was funny on that. Just looking at that throw, I could tell by my setup. I just can see, you'll get a chance to see my shooting IQ is incredible, like what I understand. See, something's a little funny there. I'm looking like I'm starting to get, that was a fantastic throw though. Jeez, 5-4-9. Looks like my setup is starting to get uncomfortable to me for some reason there. Something's going on with the setup where I'm not looking like I'm as comfortable as I was on these setups here. These are the things that you have to fight as a shooter. And if you're a shooter out there, you understand what I'm giving the people out here. This is fucking gold. I'm actually giving you deep insight to what's going on in a shooter's mind, gang. I think this is what you need. I think this is what you need at home, gang. This is what you need. Dangerous arm actually going over throws like this. And not just my throws. Just over throws so you can understand. Can setup look good? That throw looked fantastic. And we're out on a hop up, hop out. Jeez. Yep. Not surprised. I missed the setup. I was yapping a little bit there, but damn it. Should I get pissed in the booth looking at it? 6-1. Yeah, I have to look at that again, man. That thing popped out on me. I'll be reviewing that. I'd like to just review the tape right now, but I don't know if that would mess up my, the voiceover, because we're almost at the end of this thing anyway. I'm going to go back and look at that after this finishes up here. Let's see here. I'm confident that it won't mess up the video. Okay, so I'm all done, and I think we're going to show the numbers here in a minute. All right, gang, so looks like we rolled a 15, and I think that second one was like a 21. The last setup, it looked like we had a pop off we came in. I'm not sure if that was a scud or not. The throw actually looked good. I have to go back and look at that. Yeah, 36 throws right there. There's the stats, gang. Actually see them this time. So I hope you guys appreciate that. all the hard work getting this set up so we can actually, break this down. Um, you see all the numbers there. 7-out ratio, 14.5. Yeah, that's shooting my average. But it was interesting, though. It was interesting laying one down right here. Interesting. I know I'll get better. This is kind of like my first one doing this, but this is something I've wanted to do. I figured it would give you, I always kind of wanted to do a little bit to, I thought it would give a little bit of insight, on what I'm actually thinking. And you could actually, for those of my loyal subscribers that really appreciate, that give credit to a guy from, introducing a lot of these throws. It's okay though, man. It's okay, gang. I understand. Because no one, it's how it is. It's like no one gave credit to Tesla. No one gave credit to, was it Ben Franklin and a lot of these other guys who were like way ahead of their time. And, it was until they kind of passed that, people recognized like, oh shit. So, I mean, these guys still haven't even caught up to my stuff, my work that I did years ago, let alone the work that I'm putting out now that's expounding on top of, my work from years ago, and to be quite honest, I'm holding back, because there's a lot I know, and I'm just, watching these other YouTubers and things, put out their info and all that, and that's great. I'm glad for everyone. I'm not trying to, cause a rift in the craps community, but I'm just, I'm not like your regular dice controller. I come from street craps, where we battled each other. You know what I mean? We weren't, this was at the age of 15. I was in high school. That's when I first started craps. And I first started controlling. So I'm going to do a video about that also. Where I was, 15, was making, several hundred a day. Because, we battled each other. We actually battled each other for the money. We battle $20 a roll. I think that like the standard, was, we always seemed like we ended up getting into like 20 a roll. Like $20 a roll. Like when I have the dice, it's, we're $20, and you have to look up street crap rolls. I won't get into it now, but, but you actually battled people. It wasn't like you're doing videos and like, hey, this and that. No, you actually fucking battled each other. So you knew who was good. You know what I mean? And you knew it wasn't no bullshit. You know what I mean? I didn't know anything about no casino dice, dice and all that kind of stuff, because I was on the street shooting dice. So that's what separates me from other controllers out here. I come from street shooting dice, battling people, so that's why it's funny when people are like, oh, live, why the fuck would I want to go on live, live video, if I'm just shooting for myself and like shooting myself and I don't have any chips in the way, there's no money on the line and all that. And that shit's great and all, but, I mean, you can catch me, some video I put out from the casino footage of me shooting, or catch me in the casino shooting. I'm going to stick to more of that type of stuff, because I come from, there was never a reason to prove anything. We fucking battled each other with the dice for money. Minimum 20 at a time, then, would work into hundreds at a time, because, we'd get aggressive with it. So, but anyway, so looks like we got a 6-1. That 6-1 was the way we normally are not throwing, but it looks like we 7'd out 6-1 on this one and the other one. And that is coming up because of my new approach, what I'm doing with my actual hand setup with the dice. The way I'm setting up the dice in my fingers to get the dice to release in a way where they'll fly tight for so long, but then approaching the target, they will then split apart. So it's because I'm doing that, I'm having to fight off that 6-1 a little bit more than I like to. But I have operational sets, 2 other sets that are still within the 5-4, 4-5 company. And here's the roll distribution right here. I'm just kind of putting that up. I don't know. I don't really know how to do all that crapsy stuff. But, yeah, I lost my last point because the crapsy thing came up. I didn't want to distract from that. There's a lot to talk about, gang. There's a lot to talk about. I do.